All right, folks, I just wanted to jump in here real quick into the live trading room, and I wanted to share a real-time trade today on Amazon. You know that we've been introducing the Cycle Finder Plus indicator to you, and we've been talking about the masterclass coming up. And one of the features of the Cycle Finder Plus and the upcoming masterclass is the ability to trade off of a daily chart. Amazon was a textbook trade today, so I just want to share this with you here. We had a cross today. We had a daily cross on the daily chart to the downside on Amazon, which means that we would buy to open a put. So we buy to open a put. That's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. When you have a daily cross to the upside, we're buying to open a call. And when I say a cross, if you're not familiar with this, if you haven't seen the Cycle Finder Plus indicator yet, we're talking about the blue trend line, which is our lead trend line, crossing down below the red trend line, which is our basis line. All right, so that qualified for the trade. So then I go to my options chain. I look for a put. I went out to January 24th expiration to buy to open my put. And then, and we showed this in the Q&A last night, so if you haven't seen the recording from the Q&A yet, you may want to take a look at that. I pull up my profit sweet spot spreadsheet. This is a feature of the masterclass coming up. And I take a look at what my sweet spot is. Now, the sweet spot is defined as the movement, the anticipated movement of the underlying stock. So I'm looking for Amazon to move 13 points. And the way that's defined is I've got my sweet spot set over here at a desired 85% win rate. 85% win rate. And that's looking at all of the data, all of the trades, all of the daily crosses from 2019. Every single daily cross and trade, winning and losing trade from 2019. And if I plug 85% in there, it tells me that the sweet spot, the ideal exit, would be when the stock moves 13 points. And then I have to take a look at the delta. Now, we've listed on this sweet spot spreadsheet the 50, 40, and 30 deltas. I actually had a 45 delta. So if you take 13 points of desired movement times a 45 delta, it means I'm looking for a $5.85 profit. My cost basis on the option, I opened the 1900 put. My cost basis was $26.60. So that means I'm setting a good till canceled order to close the position at $32.45. If it doesn't trade in 5-cent increments, I'm going to round up $32.50. So I set my close order at $32.50, and we had some nice movement lower. We actually opened this morning at 09 and moved down to 95. So it's about 14 points of movement. Now what happens is we're calculating 13 points of movement required, and we're calculating based on a static delta, and we know that as the price of the underlying starts to move, you're going to have some increase in the value of the delta. So I set that up, and my intention was I don't need to check it again until tomorrow. That's the whole principle of trading the daily. And it hit my GTC, and I was out of the trade. So tomorrow I'll be looking for another daily cross. Now, probably will not end up being on Amazon. We've already had that daily cross to the downside unless we flip back to the upside. And if there was a daily cross to the upside, then I would consider taking that. Now, we're pretty early in this cycle, possibly because we're well above our sell line, our zone that defines our sell zone. So what we're going to be teaching in the masterclass is how to use a shorter time period, how to use a 10 and 30 minute time period. It's going to look like this, how to use a 10 and 30 minute time period to be able to possibly re-enter if that cycle is continuing. So if I take a look at the open of the market tomorrow and Amazon is continuing to trend lower, meaning it's continuing in this current downward cycle, then I have to be able to look at the 10 and the 30 to re-enter and take a continuation trade. So we'll be talking about that all in the masterclass, and we're teaching that in the masterclass. I just wanted to share that with you here in real time because we talked about it extensively last night in the Q&A. We interviewed Craig last night, the head of programming and development for New Cycle Trading, and we talked a lot about how we are helping traders be able to get involved in the market when they don't have a tremendous amount of time. This daily cross is a perfect opportunity to do that. Amazon is one of the stocks that we have done an extensive amount of research on, so I was confident taking the daily trade because I knew what my sweet spot target was, and I knew what my desired percentage win rate is, 85% win rate on those trades, and that's all based on historical data from 2019. So just wanted to stop in and share that with you, and I hope that is very helpful for all of you.